Hello, I'm Mike Winkler, and I'm the Principal Managing Broker for Coldwell Banker Bain in Issaquah, Washington.
And I'm E.J. Bolds. I'm the Principal Managing Broker for Coldwell Banker Bain on Mercer Island, Washington.
EJ, as part of our video blog posts, we spoke last of the financing contingency, and that was part of the buyer protection, although really financing is its own entity as well, or own category. But in that light, and buyer protection, the next is neighborhood review.
That's right, and one of the things that has evolved in the home buying process in Western Washington is the neighborhood review, where the buyer gets a separate review or inspection, if you will, separate from the structural inspection that they also have. What's that? And so, what's a neighborhood review about, Mike? What's the purpose of that?
Well, the buyer inspects the conditions of the neighborhood to see if the property will work for the buyer's intended use, which is many. For example, it could be, does it fit the schools that they want? Is it the proximity to shopping, work, traffic conditions, noise, parking, or other environmental concerns or safety concerns that they may have? There's one in particular, I think, that is real significant to people today, EJ.
Well, yeah, and it's not pleasant to talk about, but oftentimes families search for registered sex offenders in neighborhoods too. So that neighborhood review can be very broad in scope. The other thing that's important for people to know is that the buyer can terminate based on their review for any reason. It says it's to the buyer's subjective satisfaction. So it's a very easy threshold for a buyer to say, I don't like something, and so I'm not buying the house. Mike, with that being the case, do we see, I think maybe some viewers would say, well, if it's that easy to get out of the deal, you must see lots of transactions that fall apart on neighborhood review. Is that the experience?
No. In fact, it's the opposite. We rarely see anyone rescind a contract based on a neighborhood review.
What's that? What do you think that's about?
Well, I think it's generally buyers are using multiple resources for research before they make the offer on the home. So they've been to the neighborhood, they've looked at the internet, they've checked out the school information, they've probably looked at the sex offender information, they've talked to their agent or broker, and so I think that, well, let me backtrack and say, in and of itself, there's also additional protections. Inspection usually is 10 days, so that is beyond the 3-day right of rescission based on the neighborhood review. So I think there's a variety of reasons. But that said, even when someone terminates, if it's for inspection, not neighborhood. So it's rare.
Mm-hmm. That's been my experience as well. And in fact, one of the things we continue to say is that these processes have evolved over time, and they generally work well. So any process that we look at individually might seem like it wouldn't work that well, but they really do. I'm E.J. Bolds.
I'm Mike Winkler. Till next time.